ईश्वर भक्ति भाव से बहती संस्कारों की धारा। भारत माँ की सेवा में गीता परिवार हमारा, गीता परिवार हमारा।
जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ, जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ।
संस्कृति का वैभव जग में सबसे न्यारा।
जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ, जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ।
भारतीय संस्कृति का वैभव जग में सबसे न्यारा। ज्ञान और विज्ञान यहीं से सबने पाया सारा, सबने पाया सारा। कुछ धूलों से हारा फिर से जीते देश हमारा। गीता परिवार हमारा, गीता परिवार हमारा।
मधुरं वदनं मधुरं नयनं मधुरं हसितं मधुरं हृदयं मधुरं गमनं मधुरं।
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं, मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्।
वचनं मधुरं चरितं मधुरं वसनं मधुरं वलितं मधुरं चलितं मधुरं भ्रमितं मधुरं।
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं, मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्।
पाणिर्मधुरः पादौ मधुरौ नृत्यं मधुरं सख्यं मधुरम्।
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं, मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्।
मधुरं पीतं मधुरं भुक्तं मधुरं सुप्तं मधुरं रूपं मधुरं तिलकं मधुरं।
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं, मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्।
तरणं मधुरं हरणं मधुरं स्मरणं मधुरं वमितं मधुरं शमितं मधुरं।
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं, मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्।
यमुना मधुरा वीथि मधुरा सलिलं मधुरं कमलं मधुरम्
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्
मधुरा लीला मधुरा युक्तं मधुरं मुक्तं मधुरं दृष्टं मधुरं शिष्टं मधुरम्
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्
मधुरा गावो मधुरा यष्टिर्मधुरा सृष्टिर्मधुरा दलितं मधुरं फलितं मधुरम्
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्
सद्गुणों की साधना
मधुरं वदनं मधुरं नयनं मधुरं हसितं मधुरं हृदयं मधुरं गमनं मधुरम्
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्
वचनं मधुरं चरितं मधुरं वसनं मधुरं वलितं मधुरं चलितं मधुरं भ्रमितं मधुरम्
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्
पाणिर्मधुरः पादौ मधुरौ नृत्यं मधुरं सख्यं मधुरम्
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्
मधुरं पीतं मधुरं भुक्तं मधुरं सुप्तं मधुरं रूपं मधुरं तिलकं मधुरम्
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्
तरणं मधुरं हरणं मधुरं स्मरणं मधुरं वमितं मधुरं शमितं मधुरम्
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्
माला मधुरा यमुना मधुरा वीची मधुरा सलिलं मधुरं कमलं मधुरम्
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्
लीला मधुरा युक्तं मधुरं मुक्तं मधुरं दृष्टं मधुरं शिष्टं मधुरम्
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्
गावो मधुरा यष्टिर्मधुरा सृष्टिर्मधुरा दलितं मधुरं फलितं मधुरम्
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं
स्वरं मधुरं वदनं मधुरं नयनं मधुरं हसितं मधुरं हृदयं मधुरं गमनं मधुरम्
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्
वचनं मधुरं चरितं मधुरं वसनं मधुरं वलितं मधुरं चलितं मधुरं भ्रमितं मधुरम्
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्
श्री गुरु चरण सरोज रज निज मन मुकुर सुधारी बरनऊ रघुवर विमल जसु जोदायक फलचारी बुद्धिहीन तनु जानिके सुमिरो पवन कुमार बल बुद्धि विद्या देहु मोहि हरहु कलेस विकार। जय हनुमान ज्ञान गुण सागर जय कपीस तिहु लोक उजागर रामदूत अतुलित बल धामा अंजनी पुत्र पवन सुत नामा महावीर विक्रम बजरंगी कुमति निवार सुमति के संगी कंचन वरन विराज सुवेसा कानन कुंडल कुंचित केसा हाथ वज्र और ध्वजा विराजे कांधे मूज जनेऊ साजे शंकर सुवन केसरी नंदन तेज प्रताप महाजगवंदन विद्यावान गुणी अति चातुर राम काज करिबे को आतुर प्रभु चरित्र सुनिबे को रसिया राम लखन सीता मन बसिया सूक्ष्म रूप धरि सियहि दिखावा विकट रूप धरि लंक जरावा भीम रूप धरि असुर संहारे रामचंद्र के काज सवारे लाय सजीवन लखन जियाए श्री रघुवीर हरषि उर लाए रघुपति कीनी बहुत बड़ाई तुम मम प्रिय भरत ही सम भाई सहस वदन तुम्हारो जस गावे अस कहि श्रीपति कंठ लगावे सनकादिक ब्रह्मादि मुनीसा नारद सारद सहित अहिसा जम कुबेर दिक्पाल जहाते कवि कोविद कहि सकै कहाते तुम उपकार सुग्रीवहि कीन्हा राम मिलाय राजपद दीन्हा तुम्हारो मंत्र विभीषण माना लंकेश्वर भय सब जग जाना जुग सहस्र जो जन पर भानु लील्योताहि मधुर फल जानू प्रभु मुद्रिका मेलि मुख माही जलधि लांघि गए अचरज नाही दुर्गम काज जगत के जेते सुगम अनुग्रह तुम्हारे तेते राम दुआरे तुम रखवारे होत न आज्ञा बिनु पैसारे सब सुख लहे तुम्हारी सरना तुम रक्षक काहू को डरना आपन तेज संभारो आपे तीनों लोक हांकते कांपे भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवे महावीर जब नाम सुनावे नासै रोग हरे सब पीरा जपत निरंतर हनुमत वीरा संकट ते हनुमान छुड़ावे मन क्रम वचन ध्यान जो लावे सब पर राम तपस्वी राजा तिनके काज सकल तुम साजा और मनोरथ जो कोई लावे सोई अमित जीवन फल पावे चारों जुग परताप तुम्हारा है प्रसिद्ध जगत उजियारा साधु संत के तुम रखवारे असुर निकंदन राम दुलारे अष्ट सिद्धि नौ निधि के दाता सवर दीन जानकी माता गाता। राम रसायन तुम्हारे पासा, सदा रहो रघुपति के दासा। तुम्हारे भजन राम को पावे, जन्म जन्म के दुख बिसरावे। अंत काल रघुवर पुर जाई, जहाँ जन्म हरि भक्त कहाई। और देवता चित्तन धरई, हनुमत से सर्व सुख करई। संकट कटे मिटे सब पीरा, जो सुमिरे हनुमत बलबीरा। जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई, कृपा करहु गुरुदेव की नाई। जो सत बार पाठ कर कोई, छूट ही बंदी महा सुख होई। जो यह पढ़े हनुमान चालीसा, होय सिद्धि साखी गौरी सा। तुलसीदास सदा हरि चेरा, कीजय नाथ हृदय महडेरा। कीजय नाथ हृदय महडेरा। पवन तनय संकट हरन, मंगल मूर्ति रूप। राम लखन सीता सहित, हृदय बसहु सुरभूप। सियावर रामचंद्र की जय, पवन सुत हनुमान की जय। उमापति महादेव की जय।
Jai Shri Krishna. In Zoom meeting, if you want to turn off the notification of Zoom chats, then click on the chats and then click on these three dots. Turn off notifications, click on that. Click on the mute option, and now chats notification will not disturb you. Jai Shri Krishna.
Jai Shri Krishna to everyone present here. A very warm welcome to all the young learners, Geeta Pariwar members, and their parents. Today, we continue our journey of chapter 12 and the second half, a chapter that fills the heart with devotion and teaches us the qualities of a true bhakt. To begin this session, we would like to start through a prayer. We are blessed to have Anila Nanduri Didi from Hyderabad to lead our opening prayers. She is an MSc in statistics and have joined Geeta Parivar in June 25. Welcome, Didi. And she is serving with L1 teaching assistant.
जय श्री कृष्ण सभी को। वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं। श्रीकृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं। जय श्री कृष्ण।
Thank you, Didi, for this soothing and devotional beginning. Now we would like to move to the auspicious Deep Prajwalan. The lighting of lamp symbolizes the removing of ignorance and welcoming the light of knowledge. For this, we have Shrikant Bhaiya from Bangalore, an engineer and entrepreneur. He joined Geeta Parivar in September 21 and lovingly serves as a trainer, examiner, and Geeta Pracharak. Welcome, Bhaiya.
निषिद्धैरप्येभिर्लुलितमकरन्दो मधुकरैः करैरिन्दोरन्तश्छुरित इव सम्भिन्नमुकुलः विधत्तां सिद्धिन्नो नयनसुभगामस्य सदसः प्रकीर्णः पुष्पाणां हरिचरणयोरञ्जलिरयम् शरदिन्दुनिभां शुभ्रां शुभ्रवस्त्रैरलङ्कृतां कलहंसकृतावासाम् वरदां शारदां नुमः।
Thank you, Bhaiya, for the beautiful deep Prajvalan. And now, with great pleasure, I would like to introduce our speaker for today, Shri Deepak Nagle Bhaiya, an inspiring young sevak of Geeta Pariwar. He grew up in Mumbai and currently works as a robotics engineer in San Francisco. He studied mechanical engineering from IIT Bombay and completed masters in robotics engineering in USA. He has deep interest in Sanskrit, which led him to join Geeta Pariwar in March 21. He became trainer in June 21, teaching Geeta Santhavar. Since January 24, he has been teaching Shlokat batches, a Geeta Vrati associated with Geeta Parivar for 4 beautiful years. His devotion, clarity, and youthful energy make him a wonderful guide for our kids and adult alike. Welcome, Bhaiya.
Jai Shri Krishna. Thank you, Tamanna Didi. Yeah, so I welcome everyone to the second session on 12th Adhyaya. We'll first go through some of the topics that we previously saw in the first half of this 12th Adhyaya when we saw the meanings of some of the shlokas. Let's see how much you remember. Let me ask few questions. If you know the answer, you can type it in the chat box. And these are some questions are simple, some might be a bit tricky, but let's see how much you remember. So, so we started with saying that we should always remember Bhagwan. We also saw why it is important to remember Bhagwan. We saw why it is important for us to make him our best friend and how we can bring him more and more in our lives. So, can you tell me some of the ways in which we can remember Bhagwan? Can you tell me some of the ways we can bring him more and more in our lives? What are some of the things that you do so that you remember Bhagwan or bring him in your life? You can type in chat box if you have any answers. Yes, Dhruviji, you do puja. That is a really good thing that you can do to remember Bhagwan and bring him in your life. What else? What else can we do to bring Bhagwan in our lives? What are some other ways we saw? Yes, Akshita Ji, you also do puja. That is a good answer. Puja is one of the best ways to remember Bhagwan, especially because we are there right in front of him while doing puja. Offer our karma. Yes, this is a really good answer. And we're going to talk about this a bit more today. How to offer our karmas to Bhagwan. If we are able to do that, if we are able to offer our karmas to Bhagwan, then any karma that we do, even if we are studying, even if we are washing the dishes, even if we are cooking, in all those activities, Bhagwan comes to us and we remember him. If we are able to dedicate our karmas. So that is a really good answer, and we are gonna look more into it today. But yes, who else said? Yeah, yes, Madhuri ji, you said meditation. Charvi ji, you also said meditation. That's a good answer. Yes, these are some of the ways that we can bring Bhagwan in our lives. That is very good. Some other ways are you can do bhajan, you can do kirtan. And previously we saw even if we are cooking something, if we think about Bhagwan or offer it to him once we have done cooking, what happens? That food becomes prasad. And even in that activity, we have remembered Bhagwan. So these are some of the many ways. Japa is a good answer. You can do japa. That is one of the best ways that you can remember Bhagwan. Now, even if you're doing all these activities, sometimes we have to be in school, sometimes we're studying. How can we still bring Bhagwan in our lives in those scenarios? We're gonna see that today. Okay, let's see what we saw in the previous few shlokas. So, do you remember how many types of bhaktas we saw in last session, we said there are these many type of bhaktas. Do you remember how many? Can anyone type in the chat box how many types of bhaktas are there? Arjuna asked initially in the beginning of this adhyaya. Let's see how many people remember. Yes, very good. So there are two types of bhaktas. Correct. All of you are correct. There are two types of bhaktas. Uh, what 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 type of bhaktas are they? Who do they worship? Do you remember? One of them worship Bhagwan in a particular way, and the other one they worship Bhagwan in a particular way. This is a slightly tough question, but still, if you know the answer, that's really good. What's the difference between these two? One of them worship a particular existence of Bhagwan. The other one, they worship Bhagwan in some other form. Yes, I almost gave the answer. So, the two types are those who worship Bhagwan in a form, and the other ones who worship Bhagwan in his formless existence, which is present everywhere. So these are the two types. And then Arjuna's question was, which of these two are better bhaktas? Which of these two are most connected with you? So Bhagwan's answer was, both of them are connected to me. Both of them are remembering me. As Bhagwan said, as long as they remember me continuously, then both of them are good. Both of them are good bhaktas. As long as they're remembering me, both of them are best connected with me. But then Bhagwan clarified, one of these path is slightly difficult. Do you know which one is difficult? Worshipping a form is difficult or worshipping formless? Can you do you remember we discussed this last time? Is worshipping Bhagwan in a form more difficult or is worshipping formless more difficult? Can you make a guess? Yes, correct. Very good. Samadji, you're also correct. Very good. So Bhagwan said that not having a worshipping Bhagwan in formless is a bit difficult. And why it is difficult, Bhagwan said that because you occupy this body. So it is very hard for you to imagine Bhagwan present everywhere because of your attachment to your body. And because of that, if let's say those who worship formless, how do they worship formless existence of Bhagwan? They go to Himalayas, they do tapa, they sit at one place for days, if not weeks, and they're meditating, they're trying to imagine this existence of Bhagwan which is formless. They're not letting their mind go here and there. Like imagine when we are trying to study, if our phone is next to us, what happens? Any message comes, somebody calls, or worst thing, imagine there is a TV and somebody presses the button. Immediately your head it turns that way because our focus is not there. And why is our focus not there? Because we are stuck in this body, because our soul is stuck in this body, we are not able to focus. And just because of the same reason, if someone is trying to worship formless existence of Bhagwan, it's very tough because you have to concentrate and meditate continuously for days, weeks. So that's why Bhagwan said it's a bit difficult. Then finally, Bhagwan said that those who dedicate their karmas to Bhagwan, Bhagwan said that I come there and I save them from the cycle of birth and death. We don't have to take birth again. We don't have to die again. We don't have to go through this whole cycle again and again. So Bhagwan said previously that those who dedicate their karmas to me, they uh, I I I arrive there in front of them to save them from all the difficulties in their lives, not just difficulties in their life, but the whole cycle of birth and death. They don't have to grow old, they don't have to get sick, they don't have to be born, they don't have to die. So that was seventh shloka. And finally, In 8th shloka, Bhagwan told us most important thing that we have to achieve. That is the whole message of Bhagavad Gita. Bhagwan is trying to tell us, which is we'll see the 8th shloka again, so that we'll revise it and then we'll go to the next shlokas. So let's sing together. Let's sing the 8th shloka together. मय्येव मन आधत्स्व मयि बुद्धिं निवेशय निवसिष्यसि मय्येव अत ऊर्ध्वन्न संशयः. So, what is Bhagwan saying here? He is telling us, fix your mind on me. Put your mind on me. Fix your mind on me and surrender your buddhi as well, your intellect. Surrender it on me. Put your intellect also on me. And what is he saying? If you are able to do that, you'll always live inside me. That's what he's saying. If you are able to focus continuously on Bhagwan, he'll be there and he'll always take care of you and you will live inside him. That is what he is saying. Now, it is easy to do that for few seconds, maybe few minutes. But again, what happens? Let's say we are trying to meditate, we are trying to think about Bhagwan, and we have Murti in front of us of Bhagwan, whoever is your favorite, Bhagwan, Shri Krishna or Rama. And again, some suddenly you get fragrance or you get fragrance of something tasty that your mom has cooked. Now you'll think, should I just sit here and pray more or should I go and taste what my mom has made? So why does this happen? Because your mind is not yet fixed on Bhagwan. You fix it for a few seconds, then you get distracted. So even though Bhagwan is saying this is the most important thing, if you are able to do this, you should do that. Tomorrow you wake up in the morning, say one shloka or try to remember Bhagwan. Tell him what I'm gonna do today, like as if he's your friend. If that makes it easier, if you think of him as your friend when you wake up, then you can talk with him. Then you can tell him, today I'm gonna do this. Today I'm going to go out with my family. Today I'm gonna study this. Today I'm gonna play with my friends. All of this you can discuss with him when you wake up in the morning. That way you're focused on him and you can remember him. So what Bhagwan is saying is that this is the best, this is the ultimate thing that you have to do. If you are able to do this, Bhagwan will become your best friend. He'll always be there with you. And why do we want to make Bhagwan our best friend? You remember why we decided that we want to make Bhagwan our best friend? Because he is smartest, he is most powerful, and he has control over everything. He unlike us, we get distracted by things. He's not like that. He has focus. He is most powerful, and most importantly, he's very kind and loving person. So imagine somebody in your class who's very good at studies, who's helpful, who's going out of the way to help you out in your studies. Wouldn't you want to be friends with such a person, right? You'll want to be good friends with such person, right? And what do you know what happens when we become good friends with people who are good and kind and nice? We also acquire their qualities. They say you're the uh, they say you're the average of 5 friends that you have, 5 closest friends you have. All your qualities will come from them, and your qualities will also go in them. So imagine Bhagwan becomes your best friend. What would happen? You will also become smarter and smarter. You will also become a kind person, genuine person. You'll also become a focused person. You'll also become powerful. So all these qualities will come into you. That is one reason. And second is because he loves you so much. He is such a kind person. That's why we also want to love him. We also want him to be our best friend. So that's why we want to make him our best friend. And the best way to do that is focusing our mind and intellect on Him, focusing on Him. Now, what happens? We can do it for few minutes, yes, but then we get distracted, and even Bhagwan knows that. We can sit in front of Him for few minutes, pray to Him, sing to Him, but what happens when we are done? What happens when we have to uh, go out, or when we have to go to school and get ready for school? When we are in a school bus or we are walking towards school, that time we are not able to remember Bhagwan. So Bhagwan has said continuously. How can we continuously remember Him? We cannot, it's difficult for us to continuously fix our mind on Him. So because of that, Bhagwan tells us few more tricks that we can use to remember Him. Even when, let's say, we are walking, we are going to school, we are in the school, we are coming back from school, when we are playing with our friends, even in that time, how we can remember Him. So for that, let's see the ninth shloka. Let's sing together. अथ चित्तं समाधातुं न शक्नोषि मयि स्थिरम् अभ्यासयोगेन ततो मामिच्छाप्तुं धनञ्जय. So what is Bhagwan telling us here? So first line he's saying is that if you're not able to continuously fix your mind on me, because that's what happens to us. Are any of us able to continuously sit at one place and think about Bhagwan? If we are able to do that, that's really good. But it's hard for us to do that for a whole day, for a whole week. So, what are the tricks that Bhagwan is telling us? He's saying, if you're not able to fix your mind continuously on me, then with practice, you should be able to do that. With practice, uh, you should wish to fix your mind on me. So now what is this practice? Now we just discussed about it in the beginning. What is this practice that we can do to remember Bhagwan? So somebody said puja. Puja is a good way. If you do puja, you're remembering Bhagwan. That's one way. You can do meditation. That is a good way. You can do kirtan. That is a good way. Can you suggest any other ways? There are more, right? Can you suggest any other ways that you can remember Bhagwan? So all these are practice. I want to see if you have any other answers. Yes, offer our karmas. That's a good one, but we are getting there. That's what he is telling in the next shlokas. Bhajan is a really good answer. Yes, very good. Meditation, yes, that is a good way. What we are doing right now, that is also a good way. What are we doing right now? What are we studying right now? What scripture are we studying right now? Yes, so Bhagavad Gita is one of the best ways that you can learn about Bhagwan, and also that way you'll be able to become a better and better person. You'll be more focused, you will have more patience, you will, if anything bad happens in your life, you wouldn't immediately get sad because of Bhagavad Gita. You'll be that powerful. Small things here and there won't affect you. So these are some of the ways. Yes, Bhagavad Gita. Are there any other scriptures that you know of? Anything else that you can read and also become close with Bhagwan? Make him your friend? What? Yes, meditation is good answer. Yes, Vedas. Yes. What other scriptures do you know? Vedas is a good answer. What other scriptures have you heard of which we, yeah, Surya Namaskara, yes, you can do that. Mahabharat, yeah, that is a good answer. Tell me more. Do you know any other scriptures? Mahabharata, yes, Ramayan, that is through Ramayan, you learn about Lord Rama and you'll bring his qualities in your life. How he lived his life like an ideal person. Correct. Then we have Bhagavatam as well. Bhagavatam, it talks about uh, Bhagwan Krishna. So all these scriptures are another way you can bring Bhagwan in your life. Yes, yoga. Yes, correct. So Bhagwan is saying all these different practices you can do to bring. If you're not able to continuously think of Bhagwan, then whenever you can do all these things. Puja, bhajan, kirtan, you can read Bhagavad Gita, you can read Ramayan, you can make prasad, you can eat prasad, all these things. You can sing about him, all these things will make him closer and closer to you. He'll become your best friend. What else? So, but are we able to do that? Are we always able to do that? No. It's difficult for us to continuously do bhajan. We can, yes, it's easier than continuously focusing on Bhagwan, but yes, still we have to go to school, we have to take shower, we have to have our dinner, we have to go for shopping, we have to do our homework. So it's not always possible for us to continuously do bhajan. Then what we do, he tells us in next shloka. So we'll see the next shloka. Okay, so the 10th shloka. Let's sing it together. अभ्यासेऽप्यसमर्थोऽसि मत्कर्म परमो भव मदर्थमपि कर्माणि कुर्वन् सिद्धिमवाप्स्यसि. So now Bhagwan is saying, if you're not even able to do abhyas, practice, if you're not even able to do all these practices, then what you should do? So Bhagwan is saying that uh, if you're not able to do bhajan, kirtan, you're not able to read Bhagavad Gita all the time, you're not able to do any of these things. One of the another thing was japa that we saw. It's one of the best thing because japa you can do anytime. Even if you're walking, you'll be able to do japa. But here Bhagwan is saying if you're not able to do any of that, you're stuck in your work, you're studying, you're doing homework, you're going to school. That time, how can you remember Bhagwan? So the way to do that, he's telling us, is if you dedicate your karmas to him. And what does it mean by dedicate your karmas? Think as if anything that you're doing, think as if you're doing it to reach to him. If you're eating some food, imagine that you're eating this food because you want to be more powerful so that you'll not get sick, you'll be a good person, you'll be powerful, and you'll be able to do all your duties well, you'll be able to study well, you'll be able to pray to Bhagwan well. So or if you think like that, imagine if you're studying, you can think that Bhagwan wants me to study well, he wants me to be smart, he wants me to uh, have good knowledge of all the subjects that I'm learning in school. So this way, if you dedicate your karmas to Bhagwan, even then you will end up remembering him. So any karma that you're doing in the beginning, you should talk with Bhagwan. You should tell him, I'm doing this for you. I want you to be my friend. Because of that, I'm doing this. So next time when you're studying, if you tell that to Bhagwan, I'm studying so that I'll be your good friend, then what happens? You remembered Bhagwan. You remembered Bhagwan while you started studying. That way, even when you're studying, you can imagine that he's next to you. You can think that he's sitting next to you and helping you out, taking care of you. So this way, if you think, then Bhagwan will become closer and closer to you. You'll be able to remember him more and more. So what did Bhagwan say in this 10th shloka? He said, dedicate your karmas to me. Karmas that you're doing, all the activities that you're doing, think as if you're doing those to reach me. Think as if you're doing all those activities to become my friend. If you're helping someone, if you're helping your friend who needs your help, think that Bhagwan sent you there to help your friend out. If you think that way, again you remembered Bhagwan. So he'll become closer and closer and you'll be able to experience him more and more. Now, even if this is, some people even find this tough. Then what does Bhagwan say? Even if you're not even able to do this, what should you do? So that's what Bhagwan will tell us in 11th shloka. So let's sing 11th shloka together. अथैतदप्यशक्तोऽसि कर्तुं मद्योगमाश्रितः सर्वकर्मफलत्यागं ततः कुरु यतात्मवान्. Now Bhagwan is saying, if you're not even able to dedicate your karmas to me, then what you should do? So Bhagwan is telling us a simpler thing, that just all activities you're doing, anything that you're doing, or don't think about the results of those activities. Don't focus on the result of those activities. Give the results of those activities to me. Leave the results of those activities to me. Now, why is Bhagwan telling us that? So I gave you an example of studying. What did I tell you? That you can imagine that Bhagwan is sitting next to you while you're studying, and you can think, or you can talk with him in the beginning, that I'm doing this activity for you. When you do that, then even while studying, you will be able to remember him. You'll think that, yes, I'm doing this for Bhagwan. But when we are trying to do that, sometimes we fail. Sometimes we find it difficult to remember Bhagwan. Why? Why do you think that's difficult? Why do you think this happens? That's because when we are taking an exam or doing our homework, we are thinking about marks. We are thinking, what will happen? What will happen if I don't get good marks? Or you imagine, what will happen if I get good marks? My mom will be so happy. My dad will be so happy. They'll, my mom will cook something tasty. So what happens when we end up thinking of the results of those actions? Either we get worried or we get excited. And because of that, our focus diverges away from Bhagwan. So what we should do is, we should leave all the results on Bhagwan. So that doesn't mean you shouldn't study. You should study, you should do your homework, but don't think, what if I get 90%, not 100%? What if I get 80%, not 90%? Study well, do your homework the best, but don't focus on the result. Don't do it for the sake of result. Do it because you want to learn, and you want to learn because of Bhagwan. Same, any other activity, anything else that you want to do. Suppose you want to do a painting. Do it because you like it and dedicate it to Bhagwan. Maybe you can paint Bhagwan over there. That way you are literally doing something for Bhagwan. You are painting him. And in all these activities, you shouldn't think about the results. Yes, you should focus and you should study well. You should do all the activities well. If you're cooking, you should make the best dishes. You should cook very well. But while doing that, you shouldn't worry about the result. Bhagwan is saying, just leave all those results on me. I'll take care of the results. Whatever is needed for you, I'll give it to you. So, in this shloka, Bhagwan is telling us, if you're not able to dedicate all your karmas to me, then at least give the results of those karmas to me. Leave the results in my hands. Don't worry about that. Even if you're able to do that, then what will happen when you're getting worried about your results? Even so, when you're studying, when you're taking exam, what are the things that you think of? Yes, you're answering the questions, but you're also thinking if I'll get good marks or not. So that time, think about Bhagwan. Tell him that, please, you take care of these marks and writing the answers. This way, you'll be able to remember him. Now, further, Bhagwan tells us. So, what were the ways that we in previous four shlokas, Bhagwan told us that we can reach him? First, he said, fix your mind on me. Then he said, if you're not able to do that, then do practice. What practice? Bhajan, Kirtan, reading Bhagavad Gita, chanting the shlokas from Bhagavad Gita, chanting Bhagwan's name like japa, making prasadam, eating prasadam. All these activities can help you reach Bhagwan. Singing about Bhagwan. If you like painting, you can paint Bhagwan. All these activities, all these practices will help you reach him. Then he said that even if you're not able to do that, because we have to go to school, we have to uh, we have to go for dinner, we have to take a bath, all these things. Because of that, we are not able to continuously do kirtan or bhajan. Then, if even in these activities, if we think that we are doing these activities for Bhagwan, if we dedicate our studies to Bhagwan, if we are cooking something, if we go to him and say, I'm cooking this for you, then even that way you will be able to remember him. You'll think as if he is sitting next to you when you're doing that activity. And final thing that he said was, uh, even if you're not able to do that, even if you're not able to dedicate your activities to me, then you can at least uh, leave the results of those activities on me. Don't worry about the results of any of the actions that you do. Okay. So in next shloka, Bhagwan is telling us which of these things is better than the other things. Which of these practices are better than other. So let's sing the 12th shloka together. श्रेयो हि ज्ञानमभ्यासाज्ञानात् ध्यानं विशिष्यते ध्यानात् कर्मफलत्यागस्त्यागात् शान्तिरनन्तरम्. So Bhagwan is telling us better than practice is knowledge. Shreyo hi jnanam abhyasat. So better than practice is knowledge. Now, why is Bhagwan telling us better than practice is the knowledge? Because all this practice that we are doing, bhajan, kirtan, and everything, puja, we are doing that to understand Bhagwan more and more, to reach him. So when you get the knowledge of who Bhagwan is, how powerful he is, how what kind of person he is, how kind he is, how he's the smartest person, and most importantly, how you can reach him. Once you get the knowledge of how you can reach him, Bhagwan is saying that knowledge is better than practice. Think about it this way. So, if you want to learn how to ride a bicycle, if you want to ride cycle, can you what would be the best way to learn how to ride a bicycle? Can you read it in a book and immediately will you be able to ride a bicycle? Or if you eventually you want to start driving a car, do you think you can read it in a book and immediately go on the road? No. So uh, because of that, just like that, initially, yes, you can study about it, you can do practice, but eventually you need that knowledge. So first step is practice. So practices that we saw, bhajan, kirtan, these are really good things you can do and you should do them. But the main reason why you're doing it is that you want to reach Bhagwan. You want to have the knowledge of how to reach Bhagwan. To gain that knowledge, you're reading Bhagavad Gita. Why are you reading Bhagavad Gita? Because with this Bhagavad Gita, you'll gain the knowledge of how to reach Bhagwan. Okay, then he's saying Jnana Dhyanam Visheshyate. So, better than the knowledge is actually meditating on Bhagwan. So, so now let's say you read Bhagavad Gita, you learned a lot of things. Yes, I can do bhajan, kirtan, I can dedicate my karmas to Bhagwan, all these things. So, what did you do first? You did practice. What did Bhagwan say? Better than practice is knowledge. So, you read scriptures and you got the knowledge. Now, what is Bhagwan saying? More important than that is implementing that knowledge, actually going out and driving a bicycle. If you want to swim, going in a swimming pool or a river and swimming, that is the next step. So, yes, you have the knowledge. Next part is implementing that knowledge. So, once you know what is important for you, if once you know that you can do bhajan, you can do kirtan, you can sing about Bhagwan, you can do puja, you can go to temple and pray, you can do japa. If you like painting, you can paint Bhagwan. If you like singing, you can sing about Bhagwan. If you like talking with people, you can talk with Bhagwan. All these things, once you have the knowledge of this, next step is actually implementing it in your life. Actually going ahead and remembering Bhagwan through all these activities. So, jnana dhyanam vishishyate. Better than knowledge is dhyanam, remembering Bhagwan. Actually remembering Bhagwan. Doing these activities, implementing the knowledge that you have learned. And then he says, dhyanat karma phala tyagas. So, better than dhyana is karma phala tyaga. Better than just trying to remember Bhagwan is dedicating your results of all your activities to Bhagwan. He's saying, yes, now you're able to remember him bit by bit during the day. But even better than that is if you dedicate all the results, if you're taking an exam, don't worry about the result. Pray to Bhagwan and say you take care of the results. If you do that, then eventually in all the activities you're remembering him. Even if you're walking towards school, you can think of him. So this way, your any of the activities you're doing, if you don't worry about the result and give the results to Bhagwan, leave the results on Bhagwan, what would happen is you'll end up remembering him while doing those activities other than rather than the results, and that way you'll you'll remember him more and more and more, and finally he'll become your best friend. So these are some of the ways Bhagwan told us. Now I want you to bring a paper and a pencil or a pen, and now we're going to do an activity. Now next shloka, 13th shloka to 20th shloka, Bhagwan tells us 39 qualities. And 39 qualities of whom? He tells us 39 qualities of people he likes the most. He tells us 39 qualities of bhaktas. And why it is important for us, why it is important for us to learn about these qualities is because through these qualities, if we bring those qualities in us, it will be very easy for us to become best friends with Bhagwan. Think about it this way. If your teacher tells you that if you study well, if you do, if your teacher gives you homework and tells you, if you do this homework well, you'll be my favorite. So wouldn't you do that homework? So that because teacher has told you clearly, these are the things, if you do, you'll be my favorite. Just like that, Bhagwan is telling you that these are the qualities, and if you have these qualities in you, you'll immediately become Bhagwan's favorite. He'll make you his best friend. So let's do an activity. Bring a paper and a pencil or a pen, and I'm gonna tell you all the 39 qualities. And you know what's the fun part? These qualities are exact shlokas that you would have learned over past few days, that you would have chanted over past few days. So all these shlokas tell us 39 different qualities. Now what we are gonna do, I'll tell you one quality each, one by one. You have to rate yourself between 0 and 10. So I'll give you one quality. Then you rate, if you don't have that quality in you, then you should rate 0. If you have that quality in you completely, you should rate yourself 10. If you think that yes, I have it in me, but not completely, you can rate 5. If you think that yes, I have this quality in me pretty much, but not complete, then you can rate yourself 8 or 9. So this way we'll go one by one through all the qualities. Okay. So first shloka that tells us about these qualities is 13th shloka. Get your pen, paper, or pencil together, and we'll look at all these qualities. Okay. So the first shloka that talks about these qualities, 13. Adveshta sarvabhutanam maitrah karuna eva cha nirmamo nirahankaras Samadukha sukha kshami. So let's see the first quality, first out of 39. Adveshta. Adveshta. Dvesh is anger, getting angry at someone. Adveshta is not getting angry at someone. Now, sounds easy, but sometimes we find it difficult. Sometimes we go to school and we say, yeah, I don't like that person. I don't like that girl. I don't like that boy. Very annoying. So we should not do that. If you do that, you should score yourself less. If you do that every day, you should score yourself 0. If you don't do that, if you don't get angry at people, you should rate yourself more. And if you never get angry at anyone, no, even if someone has done bad to you, even then, if you're not getting angry at them, then you can rate yourself 10 out of 10. So the first quality is no anger. If you get angry at people, you should rate yourself less. If you don't get angry at people, you should rate yourself more, between 0 and 10. Okay. Next thing. Second thing is maitrak, maitraha. This word comes from mitra, which means friend. So becoming friends with everyone, regardless of how they behave. If they are, even if they have done something bad to us, you should be kind and nice to them as if they're your friend. So the next quality is friendliness, being friendly towards everyone. Now, friendly doesn't mean that you will talk with everyone every day. Friendly doesn't mean that you tomorrow you go to school, you'll talk with everyone. No, that's not friendly. Friendly is if suppose you have a really good friend. Think of your best friend. You'll have a best friend, right? You'll have 2 or 3 really good friends that you really like. You always hang out with them, you play with them, or you talk with them. Now, if they need anything from you, if they need your help, you'll help them out, right? Or if they want to talk with you, will you be upset at them? No, because they are your nicest friend. So just like that, regardless of whoever it is, you don't even if that person is you haven't if you haven't been good friends with that person, or worst thing, you get angry at some of the people, you still should treat them in a friendly way. So the second quality is friendly. So next time if you see new people and you're nice and kind to them, then you should rate yourself 10. If you don't do that every time, then you should put your score less. And if you're not friendly towards anyone you meet, you're not friendly towards them, you should rate yourself less. Okay, this was the second quality. Third one is kind. Karuna. Maitra karuna evacha. Karuna is kind. Kindness. Being kind to people. Now, your mom makes food for you every day. She takes care of you, right? Always she is thinking, have you eaten enough food? Are you having enough sleep? Are you showering on time? Are you ready for school in time? All these things, your mom, she takes care of you. She takes care of you more than you. So imagine one day your mom gets sick. Wouldn't you be sad? You'll feel bad, right? How can my mom get sick? She is such kind person. She has done so much for me. You wouldn't want her to ever get sick, right? So because you're kind, you are able to uh, because of that you feel bad when, let's say, your mom gets sick, or if your friend doesn't get good marks in exam, you will also get sad, right? Because you don't want your friend to get bad marks. So because of that, because you're kind, you're able to feel that, you're able to feel sad if someone is going through a bad time. So but what happens if it is someone that we don't know? What happens if it is some kid in school that we are not friends with? Do we also feel sad over there if anything bad happens to them? Do we also want them to do their best and get good score and not get sick? If you think like that towards everyone, if you're kind towards everyone, even if you see a stranger, if you're kind to them, that means you can give yourself a high score. Not just humans. If now sometimes some people, when they're walking on a street, they see a dog, and what they see, what do they do after they see the dog? They try to annoy that dog. They pick up a stone from the street and they try to scare him. They try to throw that pebble at that dog. Now, we should never do that, because then you're not kind towards that dog. And if you think carefully, people who do this, they only do this when the dog is small. They would never do it if it's a huge dog who barks. So we should be kind even towards all the animals, all the uh, animals, trees, everything, all the living beings. We should be kind towards them. So the third quality is kindness. Next, nirmamo nirahankaras. Mama. Mama means mine. This is mine, that is mine. This is my pencil, this is my pen. If tomorrow somebody in school doesn't have a pen or doesn't have a pencil, then, but you have two pens or you have two pencils, you shouldn't hesitate to give them the pen, or you shouldn't hesitate to give them eraser, whatever they need. So this is uh, nirmama is, uh, if you can write it as not mine. Mama is this is mine, this is also mine. Being greedy is mama. And nirmama is not having that quality, not being greedy. If someone needs something, helping them out. So if you do that every time, that means you can give yourself a 10. If you don't do that every time, you can give yourself lower score. And if you never do that, then you should give yourself 0. Then nirahankaraha. Ahankaraha. What does it mean? Ahankar is ego. What is ego? Suppose you get you get really good marks. You're first in the class. What happens? Your parents, they become really proud of you, and they start telling everyone, my kid got good score in exams. Or if you won a competition, drawing competition, singing competition, your mom will tell everyone. She'll tell everyone, my son or my daughter got first in this competition. Now, what happens to us? We get ego. And why is ego bad, you know? Then next time you don't get good score, next time you're not the first person, you'll feel sad. You'll feel sad that why am I not the first? You'll feel bad. So because of that, you shouldn't have ego. You shouldn't think that you're better than others. If you think that I'm better than others and others are not as good as me, I'm the smartest, I'm the powerful. If you have these thoughts, that means you're having an ego. So, not having ego is the next quality that Bhagwan likes. Yes, come first in the competition, get good marks, that is all good, but don't have the ego. Don't think that you're smartest. That's why you got first in the exam. No, you got first because you studied well. So, this way, uh, you shouldn't have ego. If you have ego, then you should give yourself low score. If you don't have ego, give yourself high score. This was the fifth quality. Then next sixth quality is samadukha sukhaha kshami. Samadukha sukhaha. So Bhagwan is telling us you should have equal state of mind in joy and sorrow. It is also similar. Now, why we should have equal state of mind in joy and sorrow? Why do we have to not be joyful? Why shouldn't we be joyful if something good happens? Now, the thing is, yes, you shouldn't feel sad, that you know. If you don't get good score, you shouldn't feel sad. You can practice more and get better score next time. You can get better marks next time. That is good. But you shouldn't cry and feel sad about it. You can think of it in a way that next time I'll prepare better. Okay, so sorrow is clear to everyone. You shouldn't cry or feel sad if anything sad happens. But what about joy? Why is Bhagwan telling us that joy is also bad? Now, what happens is, as I gave you an example, if you're studying for an exam and you got first, you got prize that you were the first person, you were on top. What happens? We become joyful, and that joy doesn't last. So, because of that, we also shouldn't get excited when something good happens, or we shouldn't get joyful when something good happens. And I'll give you another example. What is your favorite dish? Let's ask this question to everyone. What is the favorite dish that you want to eat? Some people like pani puri, some people like pizza. What is your favorite dish? Can you type it here? I want to know what all of you like. No, you don't have any favorite dish. There must be something, right? Tell me. There must be something. You must like some dish a lot that you can have it. If right now you want to go and eat, what will you eat? Or tomorrow you want to eat something, anything that you like, your mom will make for you, or somebody will bring for you. What will you eat? Wow, many people like Maggie. I also like Maggie. Samosa sandwich, really good answers. Yes. Now imagine you eat samosa or you eat Maggie tomorrow in the morning and you really like it, you enjoy it. Yes, you'll have fun. You'll feel joy. But you know what's wrong with feeling that joy? Now imagine tomorrow night as well. Again, your mom makes Maggie for dinner. Okay, maybe you'll eat it once again, that is fine. The next day, can you again eat Maggie? Can you eat Maggie every day for breakfast, lunch, dinner? You go to school each day, mom is giving you Maggie. Somebody saying yummy. Yes, yummy once. But what happens every day if you're forced to eat the same food? Samosa, somebody say samosa, right? Can you eat samosas all the time? Okay, tomorrow you'll eat once. For lunch, you'll eat once. Dinner, again, eat samosas. Next day, can you eat samosas? Can you eat samosas all your life? Yes. Shriyansh is saying yes, but I don't think he'll be able to do that. Now, why does this happen? Is because the joy is limited. This joy, it doesn't last. So that's why not just sorrow that we shouldn't feel, we should also not feel joy. Because if we start feeling joy, next time we get the same thing, we're not going to feel that joy. So because of that, Bhagwan is saying not just sorrow, but joy. Both of these things, you shouldn't, your mind shouldn't get disturbed by them. That's what he's saying. Tomorrow, if something sorrowful happens, don't get your mind disturbed. Or tomorrow, anything joyful happens, don't get too excited. Don't get your mind excited in it. Both of the things are equally bad. That's what Bhagwan is saying. So if you feel so if you get excited very easily or if you get sad very easily, then you should score yourself less. If you don't do that, even if something sad happens, your mind is not disturbed, you're calm, and you're able to do your daily activities, then you can rate yourself higher. Or the other way around, if anything exciting happens, you come first in a competition, that doesn't stop you from doing your day-to-day activities, your homework, your uh, all the things, going to school or uh, eating food, all these things. If you're doing it normally and not letting your mind get affected, then you can rate yourself higher. And final quality in this shloka that Bhagwan tells us is kshami. Kshami is forgiveness, forgiving people. Forgiving, not just, it's easy to forgive people who are our closest. It's easy to forgive your friend. If your friend annoys you or teases you, then it's easy to forgive your friend. But imagine a stranger does that to you. You should not get annoyed by that. You should be able to forgive that person. Now, what does it mean by forgive? By forgive, you shouldn't be able to, you shouldn't think of that person again and again. Why did this person do that? Why did that boy annoy me? Why did that girl annoy me? You shouldn't think of it that way. That means you have forgiven. You have let them go. You have forgiven. So if you are able to forgive not just your friends, but also the people that you have that you're not friends with, if you are able to do that, you can rate yourself high. Otherwise, you should rate yourself low. Okay, let's go to the next qualities. 14th shloka we'll sing together. Santushtas satatan yogi yatatma dridha nishchayah मय्यर्पितमनो बुद्धिर्यो मद्भक्तः स मे प्रियः. The eighth quality is santushta. Santushta is satisfied. Being satisfied is the eighth quality. Now, why should we be satisfied? Tomorrow, let's say your parents buy you a new backpack for, let's say, school is starting in June, and you get a really good backpack that you like, and they also buy you new lunchbox. They buy you new shoes. All these things that they have bought for you. And they buy you a pen. That pen you don't like that much. You wanted some other pen, and you didn't get that pen, and that's why you're getting sad or you're getting upset at them. That means you're not satisfied. So satisfaction is the next thing. How many of you have watched Doraemon? How many of you watch Doraemon? Many of you. Okay. You know Nobita, right? What happens to Nobita? Each time he wants something, he goes and cries to Doraemon. Doraemon gives him a gadget, and then what happens? He's never satisfied. He wants more and more and more till he creates some problem. So just like that, we shouldn't be greedy. We should be satisfied with what we have. Yes, that doesn't mean we shouldn't do our best. You should study better, get good marks. You should be good at singing. You should be good at dancing, whatever you like. You should do that really well. But if you don't get things that you want, you shouldn't be sad about it. That's what satisfaction is. So if you're not satisfied, you should rate yourself low. If you're satisfied, you should rate yourself high. Then next quality, satatayi yogi. What does it mean? It means someone who's continuously thinking of Bhagwan. What we just saw today and in the previous session. So since previous session, if you were thinking of Bhagwan continuously as much as you can, let's say when you wake up, you're thinking of Bhagwan, you're praying to him. When you're going to bed, you're thinking of him. If you're remembering Bhagwan continuously, you can rate yourself higher. If you're not remembering Bhagwan at all, you should rate yourself lower. If you're sometimes remembering him, you can rate yourself accordingly. Okay. Then Yatatma. Yatatma. What does this word mean? Yatatma means having self-control. Tomorrow you have exam, important exam. You haven't studied enough. You have your book in front of you and you're trying to focus. Somebody turned on the TV. Somebody turned on the TV. Now what happens? I told you, immediately your head moves there. So if you get distracted, if you're not able to focus in that scenario, or let's say if you're doing some work and you get a good fragrance of some tasty samosa or Maggi that you like, if you get distracted by that, that means you don't have self-control. So if you don't have self-control, if you have less self-control, rate yourself less. If you have good self-control, even if the TV is on, if you're able to focus on your studies, you can rate yourself higher, close to 10. Then strong determination is the 10th quality. Strong determination. What does it mean? Suppose you want to study, you have exams, you are gonna study no matter what happens, no matter my friends are calling me to play with them, no matter there is something tasty that mom has made you decided that today in the evening from 6 to 8 I'm going to study, then no matter what happens, I'm going to study. That is strong determination. And if you do that, if you're able to do that, then you have this quality. So rate yourself. Strong determination is the next quality. 10th quality. Next one, Mayyar Pita Mano Buddhir. If you're able to put your mind and intellect on Bhagwan. That means you're able to remember Bhagwan. You're able to remember Bhagwan in your day-to-day activities, even if when you're walking towards school, even when you're having lunch. If you're able to remember Bhagwan, that means you can rate yourself higher. This is the 11th quality, is giving your mind and intellect to Bhagwan is the 11th quality, and you can rate yourself accordingly. So final thing that Bhagwan tells us in this shloka is Yo mad bhaktas same priyaha. What does it mean? He says, the person who has these qualities, he is my favorite. That's what Bhagwan tells us. So now you understand why we are doing this activity. So we'll know what qualities we have that Bhagwan likes, what qualities we don't have that Bhagwan wants in us, so that we can focus on increasing these qualities in us. Next one, okay, 15 shloka, let's sing together. Yasmano dvijate loko, lokano dvijate chayah, harshamarsha bhayodvegair, mukto yassa cha me priyah. So, Yasman no dvijate loko. In simple words, this this shloka, the first part of the shloka means the one who doesn't annoy others, the one who doesn't cause others to get annoyed. So if you annoy others, suppose you're in school and you make small paper balls and you throw them at people, and then immediately hide yourself, that means you're annoying people. Suppose if you don't get what you want, if you wanted a backpack of specific color, if you wanted blue backpack that you like, and your mom bought red one, and you're getting annoyed because of that, you're annoying your mom. That means you're annoying someone. So all these qualities, that means you annoy, trigger or agitate someone. This is the 12th quality, which means annoying someone. If you do that, you should rate yourself high. Sorry, you should rate yourself low. If you don't do that, not annoying is the quality, not annoying people. If you don't annoy people, rate yourself higher. Okay. If you missed any of the qualities, you can go on YouTube and see, but I'll still tell you. 10th one is strong determination. So this was 12th, getting annoyed. 13 qualities. Quality, not getting annoyed by others is the next quality. And you know who's the best example of this? How many of you have heard of Prahlad? Do you know who Prahlad was? Have you heard his story? How many of you know Prahlad? You can raise your hand or say yes in the chat box. Yes. So many of you know who Prahlad was. His father gave him so many difficulties. He tried to kill him in so many ways. He tried an elephant to walk over his son. He tried to burn him. That's why we celebrate Holi, because Prahlad survived. Even with all of this, he didn't get upset or annoyed because he was so focused on Bhagwan and positivity, he didn't get bothered. So if you're like Prahlad, if you don't get annoyed by anything, then you should rate yourself 10. And if you get annoyed by even smallest thing, then you should rate yourself 0. Okay, and you can rate yourself in the middle. Next one is harsha marsha bhayodvegair, which means joy, jealousy, fear, and annoyance. Not having these qualities is the next qualities that Bhagwan is telling us. Not getting joyful, or you can also say excited, same thing. Not getting jealous, not being fearful, and not being annoyed. All these four together is the next quality. So, joy, I already told you why shouldn't you get too excited when something good happens, is because next time when the same thing happens, you wouldn't feel that happy because you got excited the first time. And worst thing, if you don't get that, you'll feel sad. So that is joy. Next one is jealousy. If you get jealous, so this is joy was the 14th. 15th is jealous. Suppose your friend gets good marks, better marks than you, or your friend has a better backpack than you. Then do you get angry? If you do that, then you're getting jealous. So you should rate yourself less. Okay. This was the 15 quality, 16 qualities. Fear. If you get fear, even if you see an ant, and if you get fear over there, then you should rate yourself lower. And if you're not afraid of anything you're not afraid of, then you can rate yourself higher. And last one is getting upset. If you don't get upset, then you should rate yourself higher. So Bhagwan is saying those who are independent, those who don't have this joy, jealousy, fear, or annoyance, those are the one who are my favorite. That's what Bhagwan says. Let's see the let's see the 16th shloka. अनपेक्षशुचिर्दक्ष उदासीनो गतव्यथः सर्वारम्भपरित्यागी यो मद्भक्तः स मे प्रियः. Anapeksha, the one who doesn't expect things, who doesn't expect that this person will do this for me, the one who doesn't expect that, yes, my mom should buy these things for me, should not red backpack, blue backpack. Also, she should buy me a pen. She should make this food for me, that food for me. So if you are expecting things from it, yes, if she does that by herself, that is fine. But if you are expecting that from her or anyone, if you're expecting, yes, my friend, today he should only talk with me, nobody else. That means you're having expectations. So not having expectation is the quality. That is the 18th quality. Next is 19th quality is cleanliness. If you're a clean person, if you shower every day, you brush your teeth in the morning and night, you cut your nails, you do all of this, that means you're clean. And cleanliness doesn't only mean cleanliness of body, your mind should also be clean. If you don't have bad thoughts, if you don't have evil thoughts, if you don't have bad thought towards anyone, that means your mind is also clean. If you do that, then you can rate yourself higher. Daksha is expert, smart, or skillful, innovative. If you think that you are smart or skillful, if you are able to do things the best, if you are able, if you're expert, if you think you're expert at school, if you're expert at reading Bhagavad-Gītā, if you're expert at all the things that you're supposed to do, then you can rate yourself higher. And then the next one is Udasina. Udasina, this word, it means spectator, neutral. Now I'll give you an example. Tomorrow, India-Pakistan match happens. If India scores a 6, everyone starts dancing. They say, yay, we are winning. But do you see if the referee is not from India and Pakistan, the referee is from, let's say, England. If the referee is from England or Australia, does he care? Does he care if India scores a 6 or Pakistan scores a 6? No. Why? Because his emotions are not invested in that game. He's doing his job. He's correctly checking if someone is playing correctly or not, but his emotions are not invested. So just like that, every activity you do, your emotions shouldn't be invested in it. Why? Because if something bad happens, you'll also feel bad. If you lose, you'll feel bad. Or if you win, you'll get too excited. And next time you don't win, you'll feel bad. So udasina means neutral, staying neutral, unconcerned, spectator. Next is gatavyatha, the one who doesn't uh, feel pain or difficulty. He might feel pain or difficulty, but doesn't get disturbed by that pain, is the next quality. This is 22nd quality. And 23rd is no initiation. What does it mean? No initiation means worldly things. Suppose tomorrow you want to eat tasty food. Good, you can do that once. But day after that, again, you're asking your mom to do make something for you, or you're going out and eating more. That means you're initiating new things. So not initiating worldly things. Now, what does worldly mean? Anything that is not related to Bhagwan. Yes, you can go to temple. If you want to go to temple, that is good. If you want to do bhajan, good. But if you are doing worldly things, that like anything that you're doing for yourself enjoyment, that means you're initiating those things. So not initiating those things is the 23rd quality. Next 17 shloka, we'll see quickly. Yo na hrishyati na dveshti na shochati na kankshati shubha shubha parityagi bhakti manyasa me priyaha. 25th quality is excitement. Getting too excited is 25th quality. If you do that, you should rate yourself less. If you don't get super excited, you're calm all the time, rate yourself high. 26 is hatred, not just towards people, but towards anyone, anything. Tomorrow you want to play cricket and it rains. That's why you're not able to play. That means you're feeling hatred. So, not feeling hatred is 26th quality. Next one is feeling sorrowful. Anything happens, crying again and again. That is the 27th quality. Suppose you wanted to go on a nice trip with your friends or family, and because of some reason the trip got cancelled. Or suppose your friend was supposed to play with you, but your friend got sick. So now you're upset. This is sorrow, is the not feeling sorrow or not crying is 27th quality. 28 is not having desires. So, and any desire, like you want tasty food, you want this specific backpack, you want this bottle, all of these are desires. So, if you have too many desires, that is, you can rate yourself less. If you don't have desires, you should think like Krishna likes you. What's better thing that making Krishna making Krishna your best friend should be your desire. Nothing else matter in front of that. If you have that mentality, you can rate yourself higher. Next one is uh, uh, yeah, good and bad. Anything that happens, you should give up the results. You should leave the results to Bhagwan. If you are able to do that, uh, Shubha Shubha Parityagi, good and bad, both of the things you are able to leave it to Bhagwan and not get disturbed by good things as well as bad things. That is the next quality. If you have that, you should rate yourself higher. We'll see the 18th shloka. In 18th shloka, we have समशत्रौ च मित्रे च तथा मानापमानयोः शीतोष्णसुखदुःखेषु समसङ्गविवर्जितः. Samashtrav cha mitre cha. You should be able to see your friend and enemy equally. You shouldn't be good to your friend but bad to someone that is not nice to you. If someone is not your friend, you should still be nice to that person. So equal to friend and enemy. Arjuna, he was asked to fight this war. He had to kill his cousins, not even friends, his cousins. Even then, he didn't hate them. He considered them as his brothers, just like his brothers in his own side of the war, Pandavas. So, friends and an enemy, seeing them equally, not treating one better than the other is the next quality. Then tatha mana pamanayo, respect, disrespect, being equal in respect and disrespect. Suppose somebody is praising you. If you get too excited, that means next time someone doesn't praise you, you'll feel bad. Or worse, someone disrespect you, you'll feel even worse. So, being equal, having equal state of mind in respect, disrespect is 31st quality. Next is 32nd. Shitoshna sukha dukkheshu. Shita ushna. Shita is cold, ushna is hot. If it is too cold, okay, you can wear jacket or cover yourself up, that is fine, but you shouldn't get disturbed by it. You shouldn't be okay if somebody wants to increase the fan speed, but you're feeling cold, you shouldn't get disturbed by it immediately. Tomorrow, if it is summer, if it is too hot, you shouldn't get disturbed or annoyed just by these small things. So being equivalent, cold and hot is 32nd quality. 33rd is joy and sorrow. Being equivalent, joy and sorrow. We saw that previously. So previously we saw excitement and sadness. This is joy and sorrow. Being equivalent, joy and sorrow is 33rd. Next one is not having any attachment. Tomorrow, let's say it's your birthday. It's your birthday and you wanted your best friend there, but your best friend is sick, couldn't bring your gift, couldn't be there for the birthday. That means you're attached. You feel sad about it, that means you're attached. You shouldn't feel that, that means you're not attached. So not having any attachment. Tomorrow, your mom promised that she'll make Maggie for you, but couldn't make it. That you shouldn't feel sad. That means you're not attached anymore to that Maggie. Next is 19 shloka. Tulyanindastu tirmauni santushto yena kenachit aniketa sthiramatir bhaktiman me priyo naraha. Tulya nindastuti. Somebody is insulting you, somebody is praising you. You shouldn't get disturbed by it. You should have your focus. You should be able to do your work. You shouldn't get annoyed if someone praises or somebody insults you. And if somebody praises you, you should not get excited or distracted. So, equal in insult and praise. If you get excited in praise, that means you're gonna get distressed or sad when somebody insults you. So, we should get rid of both. 36th quality is Tulya Ninda Stutir Mauni. Mauni means thinking, remembering, meditating. So today in the session, whatever you learn, thinking about it and meditating on it, bringing it in your life is the next quality, 36th. 37th is Santushto Yena Kenachit. No matter what happens, no attachment to anything. You should be satisfied is the next quality. You should be satisfied. And next one is not having attachment to the place you live. Tomorrow you have to move to new place. Tomorrow, let's say you're traveling anywhere and you don't have your house, your room. Should you get disturbed by that? No, you should be able to live in some other place. You shouldn't have attachment to your room or your house. That is the next quality. 38th quality is stable mind. Stable mind is, okay, tomorrow your mom gives you milk to drink and then you're getting upset that this is cold. I want it hotter. The temperature is not fine. So not having stable mind, losing the stability of mind by small thing, that means you should rate yourself less. If your mind is stable, you don't get disturbed, then you can rate yourself high. And finally, 39th quality that Bhagwan tells us is Bhaktiman. Bhaktiman is the one who's trying to make Bhagwan his best friend, the one who wants Bhagwan in his life, is Bhaktiman. If you have that, then you can rate yourself higher. If you don't, you can rate yourself less. And final shloka, 20th shloka, Bhagavan says, ये तु धर्म्यामृतमिदं यथोक्तं पर्युपासते श्रद्दधाना मत्परमा भक्तास्तेतीव मे प्रियाः. The who uh, the one who faithfully follows all these things, all these qualities that Bhagwan told us, and everything in this 12th adhyaya that Bhagwan told us, if a person follows it with their heart, then he's the most favorite. He's Bhagwan's most favorite of all the people, even among Bhagwan's favorite people, he's the of Bhagwan. That's what Bhagwan tells us in this final shloka. Okay. Now we have finished 12th adhyaya. I'll say Pushpika and then we'll do some kirtan. Om Tat Saditi Śrīmad-Bhagavadgītāsū Brahma Vidyāyāṃ Yoga Shastre Shri Krishnārjuna Samvāde Bhakti Yogo Nama Dvadashodhyāyah. Om Shri Krishnārpanamastu. Okay, let's do some kirtan for next 1 minute. Hari Sharanam, 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 Hari Sharanam. Hari Sharanam, 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 Hari Sharanam. Jai Shri Krishna.
Jai Shri Krishna. Thank you, Deepak Bhaiya, for this wonderful interpretation. It was a delightful session, and I'm sure everybody enjoyed it. Uh, you had a great example and beautiful activity to keep the students connected with it. So now we will open the floor for a brief Q&A session. If any one of you guys have a question, you can write in chat box or raise your hands so we can unmute you.
If you have any questions, you can raise your hand. And till the time you raise your hands, I have an announcement to make. I'll do that, Didi, first. So there was quiz in October for L1, and I wanted to announce uh, who scored the best. So it was Akshay Guraddi ji. Congratulations to you. He scored 100 out of 100 in that exam, and he finished that exam in 11 minutes and 4 seconds, which is very quick. And even everyone else as well. I want to congratulate everyone else because there were 4 people who scored 100% and 49 kids who scored 90% and more in this quiz. So very nice. All of you are doing very well and preparing very well for these quiz. Okay. Mitulji, yeah. You
I
have
have
a
a
question?
question.
Yeah.
Is there a actual reason why there's exactly 39? Because I think 39 is like just one less than 40, isn't it? So like why couldn't it be like a actual like in the tens?
It's no specific reason. It's just Bhagwan is telling us different qualities that he likes in us. And in Shloka 13 to 20, he's telling us 39 qualities. If you want to count a 40th one, you can say that the last one he said is the which is the most important one is those who follow everything that he has told in this 12th adhyaya, including the other 39 qualities. If you bring those more and more in your life, if you are able to do that, then he is most favorite of Bhagwan. If you count that, then it will become 40. So you can also say it is 40 if you count this one as a separate quality. Okay. Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, anyone else wants to ask any question? You can raise your hand and we'll unmute you.
I guess we only had one question.
Yeah, Samarth ji has a question. Yes. Yeah.
When we will get our result, the exam we have given?
You'll get it in your group soon. I don't know the exact date, but you'll get the result in your groups. Okay. Yeah. Very good. Anyone else has question to ask? You can raise your hand. In Adhyay today, if you had anything that you didn't understand or want to know more, you can raise your hand. Okay.
Okay, I guess that's it. So to conclude today's session with gratitude and peace, I would like to invite Rashmi Didi from Nagle to lead the closing prayer. She is an engineer and a former Java developer and now a homemaker. She joined Geeta Pariwar in July 24 and has contributed beautifully through Tech Seva, GC Seva, CT Seva, and Graphic Seva. Welcome, Didi.
जय श्री कृष्ण का योगेशं सच्चिदानन्दं वासुदेव व्रजप्रियं धर्म संस्थापकौ वीरं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं श्रीकृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं जय श्री कृष्ण
Jai Shri Krishna.
Thank you, Deepak, for the ending session with such a serene note. And now, a heartfelt gratitude to Deepak Bhaiya for today's enlightening session and to our prayers, leaders, and all the young minds who joined us today. Special thank to technical team for the seamless support. With devotion in our hearts, and let us guide this teaching of chapter 12 with our thoughts and actions. We must follow these, and it's a really good, important note. Thank you, Deepak Bhaiya, once again for the beautiful session. Jai Shri Krishna.
Thank you, Didi. Jai Shri Krishna.
श्री गुरु चरण सरोज रज निज मन मुकुर सुधारि बरन रघुबर बिमल जसु जो दायक फलचारि बुद्धिहीन तनु जानिके सुमिरौ पवन कुमार बल बुद्धि विद्या देहु मोहि हरहु कलेस विकार जय हनुमान ज्ञान गुण सागर जय कपीस तिहु लोक उजागर रामदूत अतुलित बल धामा अंजनी पुत्र पवन सुत नामा महावीर विक्रम बजरंगी कुमति निवार सुमति के संगी कंचन बरन विराज सुबेसा गानन कुंडल कुंचित केसा हाथ वज्र ध्वजा विराजय कांधे मूंज जनेऊ साजय शंकर सुवन केसरी नंदन तेज प्रताप महाजगबंदन विद्यावान गुणी अति चातुर राम काज करिबे को आतुर प्रभु चरित्र सुनिबे को रसिया राम लखन सीता मन बसिया सूक्ष्म रूप धरि सिंहि दिखावा विकट रूप धरि लंक जरावा भीम रूप धरि असुर सहारे रामचंद्र के काज सवारे लाय सजीवन लखन जियाए श्री रघुवीर हर्षि उर लाए रघुपति कीन्ही बहुत बड़ाई तुम मम प्रिय भरत ही सम भाई सहस बदन तुम रोज सगावै अस कहि श्रीपति कंठ लगावै सनकादिक ब्रह्मादि मुनीसा नारद सारद सहित अहिसा जम कुबेर दिगपाल जहाते कवि कोविद कहि सके कहाते तुम उपकार सुग्रीव ही कीन्हा राम मिलाय राजपद दीना तुम्हरो मंत्र विभीषण माना लंकेश्वर भय सब जग जाना जुग सहस्र योजन पर भानु लील्यो ताहि मधुर पल जानु प्रभु मुद्रिका मेलि मुख माहि जलधि लांघि गए अचरज नाहि दुर्गम काज जगत के जेते सुगम अनुग्रह तुमरे तेते राम दुआरे तुम रखवारे होत न आज्ञा बिनु पैसारे सब सुख लहै तुम्हारी सरना तुम रक्षक काहू को डरना आपन तेज समारो आपै तीनों लोक हाकते कापै भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवै महावीर जब नाम सुनावै नासै रोग हरै सब पीरा जपत निरंतर हनुमत बीरा संकट ते हनुमान छुड़ावै मन क्रम वचन ध्यान जो लावै सब पर राम तपस्वी राजा जिनके काज सकल तुम साजा और मनोरथ जो कोई लावै सोई अमित जीवन फल पावै चारों जुग परताप तुम्हारा तुम्हारा है प्रसिद्ध जगत उजियारा साधु संत के तुम रखवारे असुर निकंदन राम दुलारे अष्ट सिद्धि नो निधि के दाता असबर दीन जानकी माता राम रसायन तुम्हारे पासा सदा रहो रघुपति के दासा तुम्हारे भजन राम को पावै जन्म जन्म के दुख बिसरावै अंत काल रघुवर पुर जाई जहाँ जन्म हरि भक्त कहाई और देवता चित्तन धरई हनुमत से सर्व सुख करई संकट कटई मिटई सब पीरा जो सुमिरई हनुमत बलबीरा जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई कृपा करहु गुरुदेव की नाई जो सत बार पाठ कर कोई छूट ही बंदी महासुख होई जो यह पढ़ हनुमान चालीसा होय सिद्धि साखी गौरी सा तुलसीदास सदा हरि चेरा की जय नाथ हृदय महडेरा पवन तनय संकट हरन मंगल मूर्ति रूप राम लखन सीता सहित हृदय बसहु सुर भूप सियावर रामचंद्र की जय पवन सुत हनुमान की जय।